And now we are tracking overnight developments from President Trump's trip to China as new things have unfolded so far this morning. The headline has been his face-to-face meeting with President Xi Jinping, but there's also speculation that we could hear news on Iran. So all eyes are on these conversations. I want to bring in our chief Washington correspondent, Joe St. George. Okay, thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us, Joe. Catch us up on the biggest news of the day so far.
I've been there. It's been a morning already. Good morning, Aaron. Obviously, a noteworthy overnight visit to China by President Trump, and noteworthy developments. Anytime you're talking about the leader of China, leader of the United States getting together, it has the potential to have massive implications for our world. This is the first time that a sitting U.S. president is on Chinese soil since 2017, President Trump being the last to do that. It's really been an optimistic trip, highly choreographed, highly scripted. China rolling out the red carpet to welcome the President of the United States. Right now, there is a state banquet unfolding in Beijing. Business leaders like Elon Musk, Apple CEO Tim Cook are there as well, along with senior Trump administration officials. Behind the scenes, it was a 2-hour meeting or so between Xi Jinping and President Trump. When the cameras were rolling, President Trump described Xi Jinping as a friend, that he admired his leadership. Certainly a big departure from all those critical social media posts and speeches we've heard over the years from President Trump attacking China. The official readout from senior White House officials as to what happened when the cameras were asked to leave the room. They described it as a, quote, good meeting with President Xi Jinping of China. The two sides discussed ways to enhance economic cooperation. And in regards to the Iran war, the White House says that both agreed that Iran can never have a nuclear weapon. The two sides agreed that the Strait of Hormuz must remain open. But, and here's the but, China, note what wasn't included in the official readout from the White House is anything involving Taiwan. Taiwan's spokesperson has taken to social media saying that President Xi Jinping did issue a warning to President Trump about Taiwan. Remember, Taiwan is self-ruled, but China believes it is a province of theirs that has gone awry. The U.S. has a strategic ambiguity as to what would happen if China would ever invade Taiwan. But the U.S. has given billions of dollars to Taiwan in recent years. The spokesperson saying that President Xi stressed that President Trump that the Taiwan question is the most important issue in the U.S.-China relations, and the two could potentially have conflicts over this issue down the line. We'll continue to follow developments out of China. Obviously, a major trip for President Trump.
Joe St. George live for us this morning from Washington. Thanks for that report.